So let's talk about the cognitive stuck points again, just so I make sure that everybody's got this. What happens in the brain is during an incident, if there's an emergency where there's a perceived threat to safety, the brain is going to go into fight, flight, freeze mode. And sometimes we have cognitions that attach to that moment, or sometimes it's after that moment that either relate back to earlier stuff in our life, childhood, or there's self-blame. There's dozens of different types of cognitive stuck points that can happen. But it's the cognitive stuck points, the thoughts themselves, that can cause it to get stuck and to cause a person to develop trauma symptoms later on.
This is a little bit more complicated, but I'm going to break it down. I'm going to simplify it again, just for the purposes of this video to make it digestible. Let's say two firefighters go into a fire, into a building that's on fire, and they start pulling out dead bodies. Okay. I'm going to not get too graphic here, so don't worry. But let's say they start pulling out dead bodies. And one firefighter has a really hard time with that, and he starts having some symptoms. And the other firefighter might say, that was a really crappy day. This was really sad. But then after a day or two, they're kind of coming back around, right?
The difference here is almost always the cognitions that the person had on the event or after the event. That's usually what causes it to get stuck.